The theme of this next set of videos is going to be where we are today in 2022 at the end of the year, and then where we are heading next year in 2023. Here are 10 headwinds you may face next year as a real estate buyer or seller. Calling 2023 an extraordinary era of unpredictability, we have identified 10 top concerns, some of which weighed heavily in 2022. The residential real estate market faces an era of unpredictability. Whether it's inflation, rising interest rates, geopolitical risks, or labor shortages, issues of domestic and international importance do have an impact on the real estate market at a local level. Communities are reflected by the stability of their real estate market and the quality of the people who choose to live and work there. Here are the top 10 issues we see affecting real estate in 2023. Inflation and interest rates. These forces have surmountable impact on the housing market and consumers' pocketbooks. Mortgage rates have more than doubled over the last few months, and inflation is at a 40-year high. The greatest recession risk to real estate is whether rising unemployment and lower household income cuts demand for residential property. Geopolitical risks. The ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, the war in Ukraine, and cybersecurity threats, among other risks, are creating uncertainty for the financial markets. Hybrid work models. Only 40% of workers in large metro areas have returned to the office since the beginning of the pandemic. Nearly 80% of workers say they want to work remotely at least one day per week, and economists estimate that 50% of the workforce could continue working in a hybrid format in the future. The long-term consequences of this shift could dramatically alter real estate. Workers could leave urban hubs where offices are plentiful, which would spark a rise in office vacancies and a decrease in surrounding retail. Also, cities could lose a crucial part of their tax base as more workers move to the suburbs. Supply chain disruption. Bottlenecks in the supply chain have created delays in new home construction, renovation projects, and home repairs. That's also caused prices to rise. While the general consensus is this is improving, we still have so much uncertainty right now, especially as we still need more workers. Energy. Increasing demand for alternative energy is changing practices and expectations for healthy buildings and operations. Sustainability initiatives are addressing energy consumption, demand management, renewable energy, clean energy, and carbon reduction. Labor shortages. Data that shows a mismatch between the number of job openings and available workers willing to fill them. The labor shortages are causing a dip in productivity, compounding supply chain issues, and demand for the office space. Housing imbalance. Studies estimate that more than 4 million new rental units nationwide will be needed by 2035. The ratio of housing to workers is greatly unbalanced, with 3.9 jobs for every one house. Regulatory uncertainty. Ever-changing regulations can add time, risk, and cost to completing development projects and impose new and often burdensome operating restrictions on existing properties. The regulatory uncertainty is occurring at all levels of government, especially when it comes to land use and zoning, rentals, sustainable development, and renovation requirements. Cybersecurity. The number of both domestic and foreign cyber threats, including ransomware and data breaches, is rising. As buildings add smart home technology, risks are increasing even more. And ESG requirements. Environmental, social, and governance (ESG) issues are playing a bigger role in design, developments, and construction of new buildings, as well as retrofitting existing stock of buildings. Though environmental aspects get the most attention, ESG issues as a whole are having a greater impact on real estate.